Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the Value of Talent podcast. I'm your host, Harry Trades, and with me as always, my co-host, the main man, Federico. How are we doing?
Good. Very happy to be here. Had a long week on thinking about Sorare, so that's there's gonna be a lot of thought in this one, and I hope you're gonna enjoy this one. It's gonna be a cool one, and one of our more ramblier ones. I probably think it's gonna be, and not as much structure as the other ones, but I was looking forward to doing this, and I'm very looking forward to doing this at the moment. And yeah, happy
100%.
Nikolaus Day to everybody celebrating, whoever that is.
Happy who? Nicholas? Is it his birthday?
No. In German, the 6th of December is Nikolaus.
Okay.
In all, I don't know if you celebrate that in in the UK, but basically somebody comes in and gives you presents in your boots, basically.
Right, okay. So it's like a Christmas
And
before Christmas.
it's bigger it's big in Austria, Germany, Switzerland, parts of France, Poland,
Yeah.
and maybe, for example, in Italy is La Befana. That's the 6th of January. I think it's also for Spain and France. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's another smaller Christmas in a way. But yeah,
Interesting. Oh, well, happy that day.
yeah,
um, for you and whoever celebrates it, if you're listening, watching. I hope you've had a good day in that sense. Good 6th of December. But
yeah.
like Fed mentioned, yeah, it could be a bit more of a rambly one today. We do have a few points that we definitely want to touch upon, and those will include um, what are the best divisions to play right now, and that'll kind of then go into kind of the sort of. I mean, it's going to be one of the rambles of today, but it's basically like, it is the best. Well, yeah, are the best divisions the worst for Sorare, if that makes sense? That probably gives it away a little bit. But as far as like, yeah, profits and whatever goes, we're going to be talking about the new graph that kind of came out today, I believe, about that new
Yeah.
users join in bump. People are sort of calling its bluff and saying it's multi-accounting. There's all sorts going on. So we'll see. We'll have a little look into that. We're going to talk about the weekend, how we got on as far as our SO5 results go, just a little bit on that. And then I think it's just a good time to talk about injuries right now, because injuries seem to be piling up as just in football. And yeah, obviously our galleries do end up getting plagued because of that. Sorry. So yeah, we'll try and touch upon all those points like I mentioned. Fede, anywhere you want to start specifically? This
No,
weekend, maybe? Do
just
you want to go this
yeah. We
weekend?
can start with this weekend.
Okay.
Do you want
Okay.
to? How was yours?
How was my weekend? Better than like an average weekend for me in that sense. Like I won both thresholds, which was great. I know I've been on a bit of a threshold run recently, and
Yeah, you have.
again, I'll be honest, this one was like the luckiest one in the sense of like I had two players start on the bench, especially in Super Rare. They came on, scored decisive, blah blah blah. Ended up getting the threshold when I really didn't expect to. So that was fun. Scored really high in Cap 220 Super Rare, which obviously doesn't mean anything right now because it's long form. But I scored 373 points thanks to our boy Tanguy Nianzu and Julian Bass, which was fun. Magnus Matson blanking as my captain, but tough fixture, which was fun. So that helps a little bit. This was frustrating, Feda. I was 1.8 points off a reward in under 23 Rare Plus. Quinton Timber, our boy, blanking in the big game against PSV. And then Feda, I finished 60th in All-Star Rare Plus, which
Yeah, I saw that.
doesn't feel like something I should be doing, but I did somehow. Vitesse was my only forward that I thought could fit. Unfortunately, it should have been Brennan Johnson after the assist against Man City. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was weird. It was.
you would
I
have
would
had a
have.
top
Yeah,
placement
it would have
of
been
Brennan
really good.
Johnson, I think.
It would have been
Right?
like a top 10. I think it would have been. I
Yeah, I
was
feel
I was
less shook.
37 points away from top 7, which is frustrating. But Leszczuk over Nishikawa was the play. It wasn't much difference. I think they both scored 89 points actually. Yeah, Leszczuk 89.7, Nishikawa 89. This was actually my last lineup I built, and somehow I scored 360 points, which was fun. But yeah, cap was in, or both caps were in. Sorry.
360.
Yeah, 360 and All-Star, what's that? All-Star Super Rare, yeah.
All-Star Super Rare or All-Star Rare Plus?
All-Star Super Rare scored 360 with a guy on the bench as well.
Okay,
Gonzalez started
crazy.
on the bench. And that was literally my last lineup I built. It was just going to be a coin collecting lineup because I didn't really fancy the matchups. This was the Cap 240 effort, which was lucky. Like I said, 2 decisives, Suzuki and Delinga really, really helped me get the cap. And yeah, under 23 rare, 330 points. Like I basically scored over 300 in every lineup, apart from this 220, which was Verbruggen obviously didn't play, which was
Yeah.
annoying. But yeah, mate, no, you know what? I'm honestly really happy. I had a decent reward. I won Kevin Denke, the striker
Kevin,
for
thank you.
Cercle of Bruges.
Yeah,
Under
that
20,
one. Yeah.
yeah, under
Yeah.
23. He was my tier 2 for finishing 60th, which is fine. I was I'm happy with that. And obviously both thresholds. So you know what, mate? I'm honestly really happy. What about yourself?
Yeah. This week I actually prioritized the threshold, as we said in the previous podcast,
Yeah.
because since I only had one super rare goalkeeper playing, I had to play basically the threshold only, and to go over it. So I won that basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is becoming better than November. I still think I have a little of voodoo to be doing because there was very, very unfortunate events in this game week still. But yeah, but I won the threshold, the big one, and I won also the small one. So that's kind of okay-ish, which I hate. I hate that. I just hate that it is the most important thing you have to do is win the fucking threshold. And it's fucking boring and shit and everything. I hate it so much, but we have to talk about this later. But okay, so I did that.
Yep.
And then I had a very, 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 very good lineup in second division Rare Plus, where my boy.
Yeah.
And I was fuming at him, and he's gone. He is done. He is done with this gallery. He will play. He will play some certain game weeks where I need him, but he's not gonna come in any priority line at any time soon. Zion Fleming ditched everything, and this man doesn't have a decisive since I think 2020. At least it feels like it.
It feels a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah, all the other boys always performing. Him always letting them down every time. I would have won second division Rare Plus already like 4 times if it wasn't for him, to be honest. And yeah, so I'm gonna buy a new striker this week. He's already in planning. He's already bid on, so that should be a done deal. A new signing for the club, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so there did pretty good. One became fourth, I think. So won me a nice goalie. That is worth 0.145, something like that. Like what normal goalies are worth at the unfortunately at the moment. And yeah, then I think Balikwisha had an amazing start of the gaming. He scored, did I think 80, something like that, which translated to 87, which translated to 115 score in his Super Rare, because I have a Super Rare basically. And I was very looking forward to Monday because I knew Zagreb was playing basically.
Yeah.
And then Zagreb did what they did always to me, basically. And at least till now, I still love them. And one day, maybe they will pay me back. One day. They did play absolutely amazing. I managed to score 412 points with 4 players.
It's ridiculous.
So that would have been the clearest win I've ever had in my life, basically. Yeah. But my bro, Zagorak, in warm-up, injured himself by walking down the stairs to the freaking stadium.
No way. What did he do?
Okay,
like
when he was
on knee.
No, he's just the ankle, I think. Basically, he slipped, brother. He slipped.
No,
going down to the warm up, going down to the stadium to do the warm up. He slipped his freaking ankle. Okay?
So he didn't even get injured in the warm up. It was pre warm up, yeah.
Exactly. he was in the starting 11. Everything was fine. I saw
Uh,
I saw the tweet on Twitter. Oh, nice, my boys are playing. Easy peasy. I can go back to work, basically. Okay,
yeah.
then I go have a look. Oh, it's 1-0, I think, at halftime. And then I have a look and I just see what the fuck is going on. Then I just write. Then I'm obviously writing Harry. What the hell is going on?
Yep.
I'm cursed in a way. And then those boys just did what I think they're capable of doing. Basically,
Hmm.
got me 412 points with 4 men. You have to. Unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I still
ridiculous.
won a
Yeah.
freaking tier 1 with those. With 4 men, I still won a tier 1 in a complete game week where every other challenger team played, basically.
Yeah, and had
And
decent matchups as well. Yeah.
decent matchups as well, except the Feyenoord PSV one, but
True.
PSV,
True.
but still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so, and I think I think 52 points for first,
Yeah.
basically.
59 points you are,
So 59 points.
which is a
And if
clean
you
sheet,
look,
obviously. Yeah.
if you look how much Nevistic made, who played for Zagreb, I think he
Yeah.
did 71.
He
My
did.
Zagreb would have done a 71 as well. I have an
Uh,
11. Yeah, or even 60. I don't
I
care.
know.
Even
I
if you
know.
would have
I know.
just had the fucking. They had like one shot on goal, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, he would have had this clean sheet. I have him on 10%. So that's 70 points. Boom.
You win the
Done.
division. Yeah.
Win that division. Go home with a Joey Verman and some Eve, and now I and
I
have a
know. I know.
lovely Christmas and somehow feel excited again about Sorare. And yeah, and now I still want a freaking Cameron Carter Wickens, so I can't really complain. You know what I mean?
Carter who? Carter
Carter
Wickens.
Wickers, whatever his name is, I can't pronounce his name.
Cameron
Cameron
Carter
Carter,
Vickers.
yeah,
You've
that
got it.
guy
You've
basically.
got it.
Yeah,
You've
that
got it.
guy basically. So
Okay, it's still a very
I,
good card, but yeah, it's not Joey Veerman, obviously.
obviously it's not Sorry Vierman and not 0.3 ETH on top of it, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Which would have been the case and which I would have really needed in a way.
Hmm.
And yeah, that basically was concluding the game week as well. That I think
You had
this one,
you had
yeah.
a good score in the Premier League though. 49th?
Yeah, oh yeah, I had a good score. I had a good score in the Premier League. Kulusevski did good
Yeah.
with
Ever since I
assist
sold
and
him. Did you know I sold him?
no.
I sold
So
him like
basically,
last
you
week or
see,
maybe the week before, and he's got like 3 decisives in 2
yeah, but it
games.
obviously because he's playing in
I
Madison's
know, that's
position,
true.
so
I know,
so
I know.
of course he's gonna do better in a way.
Yeah,
He's
good
still
point.
no Mads because Mads
He's still no
is,
Madison, no, of course.
but he's getting more decisive capable in a way.
Yeah.
So I don't hate keeping him until Mads is basically injury free, and even further than that. But yeah, so I
Wait
won
there.
the.
Let me just ask you a question. Are you happy with what you've done so far in the Premier League competition?
I've won
As
already.
far as what you've won.
I think I'm 100 euros short of it being okayish, what I said 2 weeks ago. You remember I said 300 euros would be okayish, everything until
And
700
we're
would
only
be.
3 game weeks into it.
And we're only 2 game weeks into it, basically.
Technically, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
one to play today, but I don't know. Aston Villa's playing at City, so not
True.
having the highest hopes this game week, to be
You
honest.
never know. You never know.
Yeah, but my man Martinez is a legend. He's scoring 60 with conceding 2 anyways. Like,
That's the good thing
yeah,
about Emmy. Yeah, he does get good AA, doesn't he?
and yeah, so I won 130 pounds, $130, and I won $60. So I already am on $190 basically.
Yeah.
I think
That's really good.
I was on $200 this weekend, but Enzo somehow got a big chance missed, so he got
Okay.
down by 7 points, something like that. 5 points
Yeah.
for and then 2 points for something else. So that basically brought me down from place 20. I was 24th, and then I became like 49th, something like that,
Hmm.
because of Enzo's downgrade. But yeah, that's 200. Let's sum it up to $200 or $190. So I'm $110 short of being okay and happy with the competition. And I said everything over 700 would be amazing. 300, 700 would be good, and I would consider this a success.
Hmm.
And yeah, 300 would be my minimum for it, calling it okayish to have played it. basically. And yeah, let's see. The big ones are still coming because a lot of people will not play them in their Premier League lineup, but will rather play them in All-Star or whatever when only the Premier League is playing. You saw that this midweek, to be honest.
Yeah.
We had a drop off of like 280 managers,
Oh wow,
just because
really?
they wanted to play All-Star or something like that. Obviously, I would have done the same at the moment, to be honest. But so that's, I think, the big ones were good, where somebody can accept good not good fixtures, good positions would be during the Boxing Day, basically. Those 3 days, the game weeks, basically. That would be where I would go in full on and try to win the most there. I traded for Upamecano this week as well, so that has been a success as well. So he's in the gallery as well. So
He's
big moves have been made.
Target for you, yeah.
Big moves have been made this past 2 days. Upamecano joins the club. Cameron Carter Vickers joined the club, and he's probably staying in the club because he's one card you can always keep and play wherever you want, because you know he's gonna churn out a 60, 70 somehow anyways. And then Malik Chow just got welcome to the club this morning, basically. Had a good deal. Had some deal with Pavel. I really wanted Chow. I think he's absolutely world class. He's going to be center back for the German national team very soon as well. Nagelsmann did try him as well in his starting 11. I think he's out until January, so somebody gave him to Pavel and took the opportunity, got some rares, traded him. I think Glebov is gone, who's not doing anything since 2020 as well. Alex Balde is gone, who basically lost the spot. Not gonna play anytime soon. And Gurasi, which I traded before this week, basically those 3 and some Eve for Malik Chow
and David Martinez.
And David Martinez, who I have twice. So I had him twice. So I bought the new card of his for the collection bonus, so I didn't need that one, basically.
Nice. Okay.
So
sounds good.
That sounds good, and that's what I still love about Sorare, and that's what the greatest about Sorare, and just this building and loving and curing about your gallery, basically. That's amazing, and I'm really happy to have welcomed Upamecano. And there's probably, I'm not gonna jinx anything, but probably there's gonna be another striker soon. Probably my last rare card that I'm actively buying.
Okay.
Joining the club, but yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've kind of done a similar thing as well, to be honest. As far as like, I did a little trade last night with somebody that I've been trying to trade with for the last couple of weeks, but it hasn't worked out, and eventually we got a deal done. I actually brought in a card that you own, I think, in Martin Baturina, rare.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, Erdem Campolat and Anthony Elanga for a card that, do you remember that Tier 2 Super Rare I won from Monaco?
Yes.
Akluichi, or however we're going to pronounce him. I don't really know how to pronounce his name. Anyway, the guy who I traded with has a Monaco collection, so he was really interested in the card. I didn't really care too much for it. I was just trying to get a good bunch of rares for it, basically.
Yeah.
And I think I've done that, to be fair. So I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, that's a good bunch of rares. Blood, I'm not the biggest fan. I think he has only one game week where he could be class, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think for you, it's not bad, especially Threshold King.
It's an extra goalie, yeah.
Extra goalie, and for his price, under 23, 100%. Definitely a keeper, to be honest. I traded mine away for... I won a Blood recent, I think in midweek, I won him. I had traded him and Vargas away for Upamecano, so yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I've brought in a few rare cards actually to the gallery.
Buzio, and we both bought Buzio. That's for sure as well.
Yeah, we did. But we both bought Buzio, who you're a big
He's gonna
fan
have
of. Did you
see
he got his error led to goal was like cancelled basically.
So he has like a 90 again, 92.
Yeah,
okay,
92. Yeah.
Yeah, man, this boy, he had tackles like he's basically what I said to Harry, Florentino Luis, a bit more agile and not as strong as Florentino Luis, but way more decisive capable than Florentino Luis, especially with the assists. And he's playing in like the most dominant team at the moment in Serie B, Venezia. Probably most likely going up to most likely going up to Serie A, which is the only downside. But until then, you still have like 22 game weeks, so enough to play him, and he's superbly young. And yeah, we got him for a good price, both of us. And I love his hair, and I'm actually super excited to give him his debut this weekend in the gallery. He's gonna debut in Cap 240 though, because I still have to see how I can trust him or not, basically. And
Yeah, I
but
don't think
maybe
the
I'm
fixture's
gonna
great, is it? The fixture he plays this weekend is not great, no?
exactly not the greatest,
Mhm.
but I think he can do better than his cap. So definitely one for cap to 40 this week. I have an amazing cap to 40 team this weekend, to be honest. I have Adan in goal,
Yeah.
yeah, Davis, yeah, because I don't trust him in
Alfonso.
any.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't trust him in any competitive lineup at the moment.
Yeah.
Gianluca Busio, Gonçalves, and Garnacho.
Jesus. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's a good lineup. Yeah,
What's
but yeah,
happening? Is Baturina back this weekend, or is he?
yeah, he had a fever, basically, nothing else.
Okay, okay. Because they have a really good matchup, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if he might play, to be honest.
Because they have midweek as well, yeah.
No, not because they have midweek, but they have Hajduk split the next weekend, and that's the
Okay,
most important game of the season, basically.
got you.
For example, Dino Peric, if somebody's listening, Dino Peric, Josip Misic, Ristovski, all these key players will most likely get rested. Misic and Peric 1000%, because they are both on one yellow card away from a yellow card suspension. And if they would have gotten that, they couldn't have played against Hajduk. So that's certainly not what they want. And yeah, so this, just keep attention if you play those two. And yeah, Baturina, maybe now with Petkovic back, he's gonna get to his older assisting form, basically.
Yeah, that's
But
kind
there's
of
a
where.
guy,
Go on.
I know who owns him, and until he owns him, he will not do anything. He just drinks them to life, basically.
Really?
Yes.
He he was the downfall of Martin
Yeah.
Baturina on Sorare.
Yeah. Like he's the decisive stealer, because Martin is doing good and he's playing good. It's just lacking decisives.
Yeah, it's becoming frustrating as I can see on his graph. Like, it's just not. Yeah, there's just not many dark greens, is there, to be honest, in the last, like, 15, 20 games, mate. Oh, yeah, 15 or so games. Which is, yeah, obviously not ideal at all. But it is what it is. It can only get better from there, I assume. I've also put in a lineup for this midweek with the Premier League stuff. I've actually gambled on Bart playing. I don't think he will, but he very well might. And if he does, then I've got a team for it. So I brought Harry Wilson in. You know, I need a Harry Wilson. He's Welsh. I'm Welsh. It's the jersey mint as well, so it kind of makes sense. I paid like 50 quid for it, and then I brought in Idrissa Gana Gueye for like £25. So makes sense. I won Anthony's rare card, so they're my three like new season cards, so I can play that with Bart and Van Heck. So hopefully, Bart plays this midweek. I don't think he will, like I said, but who knows? Maybe he does.
Yeah. Let's see what it goes, basically.
Right then, I know you're a bit annoyed at the fact that we're right now in a weird way. Not even that weird, but in a way, the only thing that really matters on Sorare, as far as like not the ease of winning it, because it's not that easy to do, but it's easier than podiuming and stuff, is winning the thresholds, right? And I think, you know, going back 5-6 months ago, this didn't feel like winning a threshold just felt like, especially for like, okay, this is going to be a conversation where like it's going to depend on what your gallery is at the end of the day, right? As far as size, as far as
But not even that.
priorities.
Not even that. Not even
No,
that.
but let me just say that 6 months ago, like my focus wasn't winning thresholds in that sense. Like I wanted to try and go top 10 or top 15 or whatever, right? Because I have some good cards. Now, all of a sudden, 6 months down the line, it feels like my priority. Well, it is like the first 2 lineups I build every week is my Cap 240 Super Rare, and then my under 23 Rare Plus. But Cap 240 Super Rare is the first lineup I make. And I'm not saying that's a problem. That's not Sorare's fault or anything. But like, it's just crazy how
it is Sorare's fault, to be honest.
Yeah, but is it?
It is Sorare. It is. I'm so sorry to say it is Sorare's fault, and it's quite easy to explain, to be honest. But go on.
No, I want you to go. Let me see what you got to say.
Like, bro, like the problem is we have at the moment is that I don't know where they ever had this idea that the prices have to be low, that people are going to join. People are not going to join if prices are low, because then they're more afraid than ever before, basically. They're not going to join. You see that with Bitcoin, best example ever. Bitcoin was going for 16K, going away. Nobody wanted it. You could have thrown it up then. Nobody would have bought it. Yeah. Now Bitcoin is going up. Everybody wants to go buy Bitcoin. Everybody. And that's basically exactly what happened to Sorare. The prices went down to the bottom, like for real. Like you can get a freaking threshold team for 250 euros. That's absolutely crazy. You need 5 thresholds to be break even, and you can get buy rare cards for $8 that or $9. That's absolutely crazy. But the problem is you have a Verts at 0.35. Who the hell is gonna want to compete for that? Of course, you're just going the easy route and go for the captive mode and just get your daily doses of each or a cash or whatever and be happy with it, basically. And if not, next week is then another possibility of doing it. But who the hell is going to spend hours researching, building teams, whatever, to then, if he podiums, because you still have the podium, to win a card worth 0.35. Who's gonna do that? Like, I'm sorry. Like, of course, then threshold is the number one priority, because there's no other measurement in. Okay, this is my time. It's worth something, and yeah, if I invested in that one, I don't get any return out of it in any sense. Like, except you play unique, because then you play against 20 players, but that's completely different. Nobody plays that except the big whales. But you have to really have a very successful game week to win a Verts, and then you're getting 0.35. That's like 3 thresholds. You know what I mean? Like, just lean back and play the thresholds. And this complete.
What you mean? That's 3 super rare thresholds, yeah?
Yeah, that's 3 super rare thresholds. You know what I mean?
Well, but it's a bit more than that. But like, I agree. I know what you're saying. It's like it's like 4 or 5.
But to have a team
is a word.
To have a team that is capable of winning Verts in Rare Plus
is very hard to get. I know.
The same as a super rare threshold, basically. Probably a little bit more, even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, it'd be close. Yeah, I know what you mean. So
you're
saying
probably
the 5-man super rare lineup for Cap 240 would be similar to an under 23 Rare Plus lineup that could win a Vert. Well, 1,000%. I guess we could say we can have a look this weekend.
But it is 1,000% easier to win 4 let's say 4 super rare than to win a Vert. You know what I mean?
I agree. That's my point.
Why the hell would you do that?
You wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you just have the cards already.
And that's a big problem, because then people are very, very short-minded. And for Sorare, it is not in the sense of Sorare of just that everybody's playing threshold. Everybody's selling their cards for playing threshold. I see so many trades with Pavel, 20 rares for 1 super rare. And basically the other guys only then has left 8 super rares because you just want to play the threshold. Sorry.
Yeah, but like, I think I get what you're saying, but that guy will probably end up finding out that 8 cards in super rare threshold probably don't do it, if we're being honest.
Yeah, right? And then he's gonna get frustrated, and he's gonna sell completely and leaving Sorare. Yeah. And that's not the case, and that's what Sorare doesn't want to have, or should not want to encourage at any costs. Like, threshold is fine, it's super cool, and I love it, and it's vital to the game. But everybody just going for threshold, asking for threshold. Who the fucking cares about the threshold?
That's like were not forced to do that, but that's where the ROI is right now.
Yes, and not even the ROI, at least the normal enjoyment in a way. And what we definitely need is like, we need less cards as rewards, 1000%. I like this thing that they have the DMP thing. Probably people are gonna moan and blah blah blah, but this is actually good, because then not 3 Virtus are gonna get out in one game week, and 3 are on the market, and then 3 are gonna get undercut every single hour, basically. So that's kind of okayish. I still don't really like it. I think we need to get rid of card rewards, at least most card rewards. We need to have soul coins a certain value, like they have to get an intrinsic value. People need to have.
But you wouldn't. I don't think you would be happy with winning fucking soul coins. I really don't.
If they have an intrinsic value, I would.
But
if
how,
I know,
yeah, but how intrinsic? Like, what are we talking?
But
like,
if I know I can, if I know I can build up to 500,000 soul coins, and then I can go have a lunch with Kylian Mbappe, I would do that for sure, and I would be happy with it. I know it is, but even that, or just 500,000 soul coins, you get the credits worth of 0.3 ETH, something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. Credits. So you can only use them in auctions or whatever. So that would be a goal. Or have the freaking jerseys in the shop, in there, not only by this strange raffles that anyways only bots win. So I know that I can buy a signed Liverpool jersey for 250,000 because it's gonna be Liverpool and not gonna mystery or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see how the mass population of Sorare players.
The problem is we need the number one thing we need in Sorare is price stability, and prices at least not going down anymore, preferably going up slightly in a way. And the only way we're gonna make that happen is if the prices become better. You saw that with the Premier League competition. The prices were good, people were going on it, auctions were flying. The prices were high. And this is exactly what is kind of missing. Like, you have to be really good to win something very decent, like a Wirt 0.35, to get excited. You know what I mean? And,
and this, that's all subjective, though. That for us, because we've been playing.
Bro,
we've won good things. Like, not everyone thinks like that.
Bro, I love this game, and like you, I think us two and some other very strange persons love this game to death, like for real. You know what I mean? And but you can't tell me it is healthy that we basically have only 2 cards left in the rare division that are worth more than 1 ETH. You just have to understand that. You only have Kane, and the next auction, Kane is gonna be less than 1 ETH. Most likely. I'm gonna bet with you on that one, basically.
Okay.
And the other one is Kylian Mbappe, who's not minted anymore.
But my pushback on that is ETH has gone up in value a lot.
I know, and I agree with you. The Kimmichs and the Rodris of this world hasn't decreased as much in price. In fiat, not Kimmich did a bit, but he's not performing as he did before, to be honest. But the others haven't crashed in fiat. I agree with you, and I said that as well. Like, ETH made 50% plus in the last month, basically, but still, it's like, you have to have this excitement factor to winning something. You know, people are.
Yeah, I spoke about this when I was on John's podcast. Like, you know, he asked me about the under 20. Well, someone asked a question about, is the under 23 division like not as good anymore? And I said, well, it probably isn't, because you can't win Mbappe, obviously, right? But I said also, in a general term, you can't win Mbappe anywhere. Obviously, he's not minted anymore. So, you know, that sort of jackpot of winning that 20 grand card at rare level is gone. It's disappeared.
I know, I agree, but we need that. We need that back, because that's when people were highest excited to play. That's when people were excited to start the freaking. I know some people that just do the lineups now. Okay, done. They're not excited anymore to do the lineup. You know what I mean? People, and this excitement got lost a bit in a way. And people, I know people that just recently, a lot of people I know just sold up because apparently they can't. Even if they win, they can't even make half of what their team is worth back, you know? And winning is so difficult. Like,
Yeah, so that's why everyone's playing Thresholds right now, right?
And
Basically.
that's the problem. And I don't think that obviously that's not good in the long term of Sorare, especially if you just need 5 thresholds to break even. You know what I mean?
No, that isn't good for them in the sense, like you said, goalkeepers now, you can get a goalkeeper for £200. Outfielders, we're talking at rare level now.
Yeah,
Outfielders, what we talking? Maybe another
£10.
£200. I mean, you can get them
Yeah,
really cheap, of course, but
yeah,
let's
yeah.
call it
£200,
£100. Yeah, you could
hundred
probably do
fifty
it for
pounds.
350, couldn't you? All
Yeah,
in,
350 all in, easy, easy.
and
That's
that's
seven
what
thresholds. 7,
thresholds basically.
bro. That's 2 months of playing if you're good.
If you're hitting it every time. Yeah, no, it doesn't feel right. Yeah, something's wrong in that sense.
And that's obviously not good and healthy for Sora. Like
No,
everybody
it's
who's
not.
denying that is just not seeing it clear, and that's not good long term for Sora. So I think, like, honestly, I think we should, and people are gonna hate me for that, blah blah. I think Threshold needs to be a lot harder, to be honest.
Do you?
Yes, Threshold need to be a lot harder. All this saved money needs to go to the freaking reward pools that somebody's actually gonna win 20K a week, something like that,
Yeah.
and boom, done. And that's already 60% better than what we have at the moment.
So
Then give so
yeah.
coins value, and then other small tweaks, blah blah blah. Not mint 35 super rare goalies in one day, maybe. That's another one. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I do get that point. I don't think it's that controversial in the sense that, like, yeah, should you make the threshold harder, or do you? I don't know. I don't know what you do, but like you said, the jackpot factor is gone right now, hasn't it?
Exactly, and then we need this jackpot factor.
But then you could argue, it's back in some capacity with the Premier League thing. In some capacity.
Even there, it's like 1-5. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love a 1-5 net now. It would make my Christmas so much nicer. You know what I mean? But
no, I know.
It's not 25K Mbappe.
Of course, I know. But you've got to then, this is going on externally.
Man, I love this. I love this game.
I know, but listen. Like, you've also got to look at markets in general, though, haven't you? Like,
Yeah, but the market is pumping. Like everywhere except
that,
it's pumping.
Up like 20% this year. Like,
yeah, and Bitcoin is up 180%, 170%. Sorry.
Right. But so is different, isn't it? Because
100%.
It just is different, right?
The problem is they are not in the NFT niche anymore, because basically what they did is they got away. They got rid of the NFT word everywhere that is, basically. Yeah. So we can't really push it on that factor in a way.
Yeah.
And of course, yes, I think the market is completely just FOMO driven at the moment. Nothing really fundamentally changed. I think people are still having crisis, can't really afford to live at the moment. So that's the most important indicator for Sorare. If you have enough money to just spend outside of your normal day-to-day, then
disposable income.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this is really it hasn't got much better. The only thing that got better is the power prices. They got a lot down, to be honest. Electricity and heating and all this went down quite exponentially, to be honest. But still, prices are pretty high, especially because retailers are not going down from their inflation prices. So you still have to pay the higher prices, and this still maintains a crisis of living. But yeah, I don't know. I just think, like, this stupid. I can't hear this word anymore, that the prices have to be low, that people have to join, because it's just absolutely wrong. Like, if prices are low, nobody's gonna join. This complete game is built out of word of mouth, or at least somewhere in the marketing channel. Okay, you've heard it, you've seen it in the stadium, you've heard it on YouTube, you've heard it on TikTok, and then you ask your friend, is it worth it? And if he says no, everything is all the good work that has been done before is gone.
Yeah,
it's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And that's the biggest problem at the moment we have, because people are just really pissed at this in a way. And
but wouldn't you argue though, Feder, that, like, we just said then, it's 7 thresholds to pay back a £350.
Yeah.
That's good for new users, though, right? If we're being honest. It's not good for us in that sense, because, we paid more for those cards.
But people are not the problem with psychology of people is people are not steady wins the race, basically. Yeah. But I want to win it once all, basically, and
Yeah,
I want
they're
to
looking
win.
for that jackpot thrill rather than
Exactly,
like, yeah.
exactly, and,
So,
and that,
so
that's
you
a
think that
yes. Sorry.
no, you're fine. So like, you're saying that like the fact that like it's a threshold and you don't win or you can't win massive every week, you're just winning little bits every week, doesn't entice per se a new user to come in compared to like if there was a £20,000 jackpot somewhere and that was able, you know what I'm saying? Like there's two
Yes, I
different
know
winning
where.
mechanisms there. And then one is a jackpot and one is like a steady,
Yes,
$40 a week if you hit 280 or whatever. There's a big difference there in the psychology of, who's going to join. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, 1,000%. I
Mm.
get what you're saying, 1,000%. But it is bringing this excitement, and Sorare is driven by this excitement because only if you're freaking excited, you're gonna do some irrational buys because you think, oh, I need him for this game week to make me go. And if you're just playing for treasure, 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 you will never buy somebody outside of your freaking strategy because you're not excited to play this game. You're just farming at this game, nothing else.
Yeah.
And that what makes me mad at the end of the day. And should not be what
But
Sorare
like,
is about.
I know I do agree with you, but like, who does it fall on? Like, does it actually fall on So Rare? Is it their
In a
fault?
way, yes, because it is the prices. Because if the prices, nobody really cared about the freaking threshold when it was an All-Star. There were like some people playing for it, but they were still playing for the cards because you could have sold the cards for 10 times the freaking threshold. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
But now it is quite hard to find cards that are worth more than the threshold. You know what I mean?
In some ways, yeah. Especially like, for example, this weekend I won a super rare threshold and then I won a tier 2 rare card from, under 20, what was it? All-Star
Yes,
Rare Plus, okay? They're basically worth the same thing. That tier 2 is worth like £160 and the threshold is like 168 or whatever, okay?
exactly.
So like, what is harder to do? If we're being honest, it's much harder to finish top 60 in an All-Star Rare
Plus,
Plus.
you still have to sell them. Still have to
And then
sell
you
them, you
have
know.
to sell him, of course, right? Yeah. Where the threshold is
So,
literally given in ETH or cash straight into your account and boom.
but
Like,
that's on Sorare. I'm sorry, that's completely on them.
but what you're saying is on them that it's too easy to win the threshold, or is it on them that there's no jackpot anymore? If that makes sense,
It's on
or
them
both.
that people are that people are just playing now for threshold because they're fed up with the rest of the game, basically.
Yeah.
And
So
even
you're just
even
saying,
even
yeah, yeah,
even one, and the problem is the threshold, as you said, we still love it because we're still playing outside of the threshold, you know what I mean? But if you just play the threshold, it gets so dull and boring, and you get even more frustrated in a way if you don't hit it. And then,
yeah,
like, especially if you're used to playing with Kimmies and whatever, and then you play with guys that barely hit 50, you know what I mean? It's a completely different world, and you get pissed at the game, even if it's not the fault of the game in that way. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it completely sucks out all the joy of the game.
hmm I just want to put that
And
on screen right now. The new graph of the 5th of December, which is today, or is it today? Yeah, no, it's the
it's
6th.
six,
Sorry, yesterday.
six.
So yesterday there was a big jump in managers with a new investment. There was apparently 295 new managers with their first investment yesterday, according to Sorare Base. What do you make of this graph, Feder?
I man, as Chani said, I had a big of something of discussion with McBride and Chani in one of his
Yeah,
posts
yeah.
he did, basically. As you said, it's good in a way because people
Joining the platform.
are joining the platform, and then if they really like the product, which is there to like, to be honest, because this product is absolutely amazing. Maybe it's just not made for the mass, but it is still freaking amazing. And even if it's not made for the mass, this can be huge in the future. We just need to understand and accept that it might not have been made for the masses. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm turning around again, but sorry. um so that they could get hooked, and then they probably stay on the platform and spend more money, which I agree on with it. So the only thing I said basically is I very much like to see numbers like this. I always, my heart always goes up a bit if I see something like that. But we have to be fair as well. Like, I don't think it's fake accounts or whatever. Like
You
everybody,
don't think it
like
is? Yeah.
man, this Sorare community is the
Oh, I know,
stupidest
I know. So
most community
skeptical
they
and
have. Like
I know.
skeptical, like moaning about every time that nothing is going correct and expecting somebody to ever Google Sorare and then think that's a positive place to be in a way. Like holy moly, like um yeah.
Sometimes
That's
people are
something
their
else.
own worst enemy, aren't they? In that sense,
Yeah,
especially in this community, not just
especially in Sorare,
yeah. It's
especially in
strange.
Sorare.
It's strange. Like
Like
why are you out there just bashing something all the time? Like, and we've spoken negatively about Sora in aspects, and I think everyone has, and everyone has the right to do
yeah.
so. But like the way it's sort of portrayed on Twitter, I think it's just like it's so like you said, if you're a new user and you're on Twitter and you're like, okay, let me check out this Sorare thing, and then it's like, hang on a minute, why is Sorare trending right now? Like that can't be good, you
Especially
know? Like
exactly, that can't be good. Especially those idiots just post under the official posts of Premier League or whatever. Like, you idiotic. The problem is, I am pretty much sure that 85% of Sora users have an IQ below 90, like for sure, 100,000%. And also, like the freaking office I get, mate, just use 1 second of investment in knowing your trading partner that I will not give you that card. I need him. I am a collector of the series. Like, holy
that's a
mother of God, like for
that's a
real.
different point in itself. But I get what you're saying. I do. This kind of stemmed from, I've got it on screen now. Sora tweeted yesterday that there's some sort of Bundesliga winter competition. So this is basically, a Premier League winter competition, just not on steroids. The Premier League one is obviously on steroids, isn't it? As far as
Yeah, but
like
it's a
the
limited.
money
It's
involved.
limited only.
Ah,
Limited
okay,
and common.
interesting.
Limited and common. Common limited.
Okay,
And the
okay.
big thing is, that's what I said in this discussion, that
Yeah.
we should not read too much out of it, because it basically is free to play, because Sora gives you $10 credits, which basically buys you 3 limited cards nowadays.
Okay, fair. But they still
So
need
this
the due.
competition is
Yeah.
still
Okay.
but that's where exactly where you see it. That's why we need this freaking jackpot. You see, 25K to win, split up, and people are boom.
I know, but how financially stable is that for Sorare to keep doing things like this? If that
I
makes
think
sense.
that's
Like
more financially stable to give out than giving out thresholds every midweek and
fair,
game week
fair.
to the same type of person that are just taking it out and buy, or one or twice maybe buy it under the threshold player. Like
Okay, my next like
that's
are
100.
you saying get rid of threshold?
No, because then at this day and age would
That would
kill
kill the game, right?
that would
Completely.
kill Sora, because like 80% of cards basically have a value just because of threshold.
Because of threshold. Yeah, okay. So you're
And
saying
if
make it
threshold,
make it a bit harder? Is that kind of what?
make it harder,
Yeah.
or just don't give cards anymore, and
But is
we
that
need
I
bigger
just
we
don't know
need
how that
bigger
makes sense. I really don't.
we need bigger prize pools. That's it, basically. We
As
need
in like
bigger
more
prize.
cash or more what we saying?
Even if we just peg one card to like 25K, and he's worth 25K, that's fine. Like but
How?
that's very hard to
How
do.
do we
That's
do
very
that?
hard to, you can't really
Yeah.
do that if you don't mint him, for example. If you don't
Right.
mint the
Okay.
Rodrigo, if you don't mint the Rodrigo, he will
Got you.
probably remain that, uh or at least
Sorry.
slightly
Yeah.
decrease
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a way.
I get you.
But like, yeah, let
Mhm.
the winner of All Star Plus 5K in ETH, you know what I mean? And then you will see it. The problem
Yeah.
is, and there's a big problem of Sora as well. They have a lot
Mhm.
of problems, but they have a lot of potential levers they can do as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people milking this system very, very much. And I won't say any names in here, but like, there's a lot of people that just bought their card once, were very lucky to win their cards or buying the cards at that certain time, and just never really bought something again anymore, and
Mhm.
just win and win and win, because they have good cards from the early ages, basically.
I mean,
And
we could fall into
it,
that category though in that sense. Like we started early.
yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
developing,
I buy
developing,
cards.
developing,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
and you too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
And we're not just sitting on the cards, and
Mhm.
And I'm buying new cards, like boom, 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 and sometimes I even pay in money to buy new cards, boom, because I need this or I want to play this new division or whatever.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I am personally a bad user for Sorare. Not at all, I would say, to be honest.
That's fair enough.
That's why I think they like me on rewards, because I seem to get good rewards, and and yeah, but yeah, that because the worst case scenario would be basically, okay, they announce a freaking high prize pool, but then only the typical guys are gonna win it anyway. So that would not make, and like that wouldn't help anybody. You know what I mean?
So you're saying if they announce like, jackpot prize pools, you say that's still not good enough, no?
I think they need to announce it and then say that starts in 3 weeks, basically, and then probably new people will have the money to start buying or not, but not say, okay, this is this, and then here's it starts this weekend, basically. And regarding, because you said you don't know how it's gonna work with not rewarding any cards. Basically, you just reward decent amount of ETH or whatever, or even go down to like the 500th place, given €5 or whatever. And so coins, like so coins is a huge lever they have that they really haven't yet explored what they can do with, basically. Because as you said, completely correct. What do I care about so coins at the moment? You know what I mean? And that is a huge lever and something really to be working on. And yeah, these competitions, I like those monthly competitions. They're very good. I like those. Like the jobs they have done is not bad in general. Like something needs to they just need to understand the most important thing for them is word of mouth. And how do we get good word of mouth? It's people that's actually winning something. And that would be through having high price pools, price stability, being able to sell your card, which is very hard if it's not a super informed card or a goalkeeper, basically, yeah, or a €15 card that everybody needs for a threshold, basically. And yeah, then it's gonna have a way brighter future. And it is this platform is so good and so cool, and they have done very good. And I think this year has been good in progress and what they learned and what progress they made, and I have to give them kudos, like chapeau, like really well done. And I think they're listening to the users again way more often. Love that. Amazing. Yeah.
No, I get it. There's some things are out of the control of Sorare, I think. But
sometimes,
there's other things that are in their control, and I think they just need to get better. Everyone needs to get better at just sort of working those things out and working the kinks out and everything, because ultimately
they're not stupid. They're not stupid. They're a data company. They know the data. And they knew that when the prices were up, people were joining left and right, and now it's a bit trickier. The same in summer, people were super madly excited. Oh yeah, we can win again! Crazy cards. The prices were going up. Oh, we win prices that are worth more. People were willing to spend more on the cards. We're buying cards, etc., etc. Now they see the price was not that great. Okay, freak that. Sell all the cards we have, and boom.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's
like, threshold.
It's like you revert to, what's the word? It's like not panic stations, but like the whole, okay, I've got a gallery of 100 rare cards right now, and I'm playing 8 competitions every weekend, but I'm probably just better off getting rid of all them and getting 10 super rare cards and winning the threshold now and again. It's super like that is what the game is. I'm not saying it's forcing people to do that, but that's what is becoming more enticing. It just is. We're seeing it.
1,000%. Yes.
Ultimately, though, that like from the limited to rare level, I think that's not much. There's not much wrong with that. I don't think. Like people aspiring to play rare, if they're just playing limited right now, I think they should be playing rare. Like, why shouldn't you?
Everybody should play rare at the moment. Like, for
if
real,
you can afford to, obviously. Like, I did.
But I'm to be honest, like everybody can afford to play rare at the moment. Like. Well, maybe if you're not a 17-year-old kid that is at school still, but But I'm so sorry. I don't think a 17-year-old kid who is at school should be playing rare. To be honest, like this should be a luxury market for a certain type of people, and that's also where they get the marketing wrong. I think because I don't think we should be for the guys who I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
A
think it's
bit.
like a mainstream thing?
I don't think Sorare is gonna be a mainstream thing. I think it's gonna be a big thing, and I think it is expansionally what they still can grow and what they should grow. But I don't think it's gonna be a mainstream thing because I think for that it is just too complicated at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It is too complicated to understand playing for Sorare, and you have to really
It is
understand
hard. It is hard.
and that's also a big problem at the moment because people are not willing to use that time anymore because the rewards are not good enough, so they do something else with the time.
I agree,
You know
but
what
then
I mean?
I also do think though, mate, like people play Football Manager for 20 hours a day, and there's no reward there. You know,
Yeah,
like
but you just yeah. At least you're not getting. Yeah,
you're
I
not
agree
losing
with you.
money. You're not losing money by playing it, but at least
But
okay,
at least, but you're not losing money. That's the thing. So but people who have spent a lot of money inside now, they rather
yeah,
do something else with that money where they also invest the time in. Then sorry, that's basically where I was trying to go. Because you're right. There's people. If you would play it for free, it's completely different. But most people, or at least the users that Sora should care about, are not playing Sora for free because
no,
that's
they're playing
basically their
Sorare to,
product.
to try
Yeah,
and win money at the end of the day, and there's a big entertainment factor. Let's not kid ourselves.
thousand
Like
percent.
entertainment in this game and what it brings us as far as like being able to watch games and follow teams and players. There is a
Yes,
cost to that.
but
There is a big cost to that, I think.
I agree with you, but I have to also say I'm still super excited because I have a plan. I know where I want to go with my gallery. I know which cards I still need in my gallery, basically. I know that. So I am working towards those cards, even if they're worth 50% less in 2 years or whatever. I don't care. But I want those cards somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I wouldn't be that, I would not be that excited at the moment to play Sora. You know what I mean?
I agree, but everyone has to have a different. Everyone gets motivated in different ways, don't they? At the end of the day, like the way
Yeah, but
you
for
play
what
this game. Go on.
But for what would you get excited then nowadays? And people need to get excited to do irrational things because if not, they will not do irrational stuff and buy a Kylian Mbappe for 25k.
Yeah, it's all relative. Like for me, my irrational move would probably be trying to, and I know this then falls back into your trap, is trying to go up to unique and play unique threshold. That would be my irrational choice. Unfortunately, that
Yeah,
would
but you
be
also
the
want
next
you
move.
just want to go there for ROI, nothing else, not because you want to win a Kylian Mbappe unique. You
No,
know
no,
what I
no.
mean?
Agree. Yeah, yeah. It's because of the ETH on offer. Yeah, 100% it is.
Yeah,
But
and that's
what do I
just not
do? Like,
healthy. Yeah, but
I know you're
yeah,
saying
but
that.
you could strengthen your super S like your super
I could, yeah,
U23s.
I could, but I'd win. Well, like then that goes back to what you're saying. Is it worth? Like, what's the point right now?
Exactly, that's the problem.
There we go. Yeah, we're
And that's
being.
the biggest problem Sora has at the moment. And that is on them. As sad as I have to say that, but
Okay.
that's on them.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Because why should you? Exactly. Why should you? Like, it
Like,
has no point.
I'm just
I'd
blowing
rather
money
go and
down the
buy the
drain.
unique. Exactly. I'd rather go play unique threshold because at least I get something in back.
At
Like,
least I'm
if I
playing
would.
against the game. I'm not playing against people with crazy, crazy galleries in that sense.
No, no, I understand what you mean. But if you would invest, I honestly believe, like, if you would invest 5k, £5,000, I think you would have create this U23 squad that is capable of winning twice in a month, basically.
As in
Rewards,
Rare
good
Plus, or you
reward.
mean
Yeah, no, no, no. In super
Super
rare,
Rare?
in D2, basically. Yes,
As in
thousand
add
percent.
another £5K in, or you mean like just 5K like to build the whole team?
Either that way or the other way, basically. But
Well,
you
that's the
rather
difference, isn't
have.
it? Yeah.
There's the difference is if I give you 5k, you go and build a unique team, not build up those super rare U23s. That's the difference. You know what I
That
mean?
yeah, that would be my first thought. Yeah, it would. But then
And that
you
is
go.
the difference.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree. But like, I'm just trying to get up the rewards from this last weekend now in under 23 Super Rare. Like, I think the week before, actually, somebody won a Camavinga Super, which is actually pretty decent. That's still
Yeah,
only, like,
they need them to get better and everything. I completely agree with you. Like,
right. So
you need
somebody
to
won.
entice
Listen,
people to play those.
somebody won Batarina Super Rare for first this weekend in under 23 Super Rare, and his price according to Sorare data is 0.749.
Yeah,
Super Rare Batarina, that is.
yeah.
Like, what is harder to do? Obviously, okay. So what's the unique threshold? It's like 0.25 ETH. Yeah, you win. So, like,
Yes.
what's harder to do? Win under 23 Super Rare, or hit the unique threshold, let's say 3 or 4 times, because you need the ETH. You'd have
Actually,
ETH as well on top.
in this case, I would actually argue that win under 23
Would
Super would be
you?
easy.
I know what you mean,
Yes,
because
because
yeah, I know.
unique is like the
it's
card.
hard.
You're missing just the cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. But, like, okay, then let me pose this one to you: winning the Super Rare threshold 6 times, or winning under 23 Super Rare.
Winning the Super threshold 6 times, easy.
The ratio should be like 1 to 20.
Man, you did that in a
shouldn't it?
month. You know what I mean? You did that in a month.
I don't think I've missed a threshold in Super Rare for like literally like a couple of weeks, honestly. Like, I've been really, really consistent. But that doesn't happen all the time, to be honest. But
who won Batarina, by the way?
I'm not sure, actually. But I'm just looking. So I won it there. I won it there. 3 in a row. I didn't win. I didn't play it there. I didn't play it there. Didn't play it there. It was international break, wasn't it? 4 in a row. I didn't win it there, but I didn't have a full team. 5 in a row. Yeah, I've won it 5 or 6 times in a row, to be fair, which is good going. It's not easy to do that, if we're being honest. It's not easy. Okay. I think that probably concludes the episode today, Feder. That's over an hour of rambling, which has been fun. Sometimes they're the best episodes.
Not healthy.
And what do you mean? What's
Look, Batarina. Okay, he's been a lot worse, but 2nd of October, which is 2 months ago, he was worth 1.8 ETH. Yeah, okay. That was 2,900 euros, basically. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, 6 days ago, went for 1,400 euros.
Yeah. Where's that one too? I can't see that one. Oh, is it the World Trade Center one?
Yeah, that man. Yeah.
I get it. I do get it.
Nah, it's fine.
I've seen McBride won. I know we're supposed to go now, but McBride paid like 1.7 for the O'Reilly Super Rare. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a lot of money. 1.7, yeah, £3,100 for a top under 23. Well, probably the best under 23 midfielder right now at Super Rare level. It's still healthy. Like £3,000 for a blue card. Like, it's a lot of money, Feder.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying Super Rare is not as affected as the other ones, but the other ones are really, really not doing good, to be honest.
I know.
Especially Super Rare, like the Super Rare market got a lot revived by this threshold, to be honest, because as it is still Super Rare and it's very rare to have cards. You can still sell those cards, especially now that a lot of people want to play it.
Agree. Yeah.
Batarina for the 0.7. I have to get a Batarina for that price. Holy shit, man. Like, for real, I'm gonna make it in my Christmas present. Who cares?
The Super Rare Batarina. Is he gonna move? What's his deal?
Yeah, he's gonna move. That's why I'm not gonna buy him.
Is he?
Yeah, probably at the end of the summer he's gonna move.
Ah, right.
He's still playing good. He's not gonna move in winter, don't worry.
Okay.
But at the end of summer, for sure, he goes to Leverkusen. They sell Wirtz and they get him, basically. You know, something like that. I don't know, but something like that, you know?
Probably something like that, yeah. I get it. I can see that happening for sure. Okay, Feder, we've had a good episode. 42 out of the way. Hope you've enjoyed it. You know, listening at home, watching at home. Let me know in the comments, you know, what you kind of think of the conversation. You know, we're always interested in hearing what you guys have to say about the situation. It's not just us. You know, it's a sort of an open dialogue in that sense. It's the whole point of us putting these, you know, episodes out there, because we want to talk with you in that sense, interact and sort of just sort of understand what your thoughts are as well. So hope you enjoyed.
Didn't talk about injuries at the end of the day, no?
Oh, that can wait till next week. I'm sure there'll be another bunch of injuries this weekend.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, it's not that important, let's be honest. But I think we covered the main bits, to be honest. And nice early episode this week. We filmed on Wednesday, so out tomorrow morning. And yeah, lads, we'll catch you in next week's episode.